Cardi B screams with rage after Stefon Diggs' confession. It was supposed to be a quiet night in Atlanta, a night of peace and laughter after weeks of intense headlines about Cardi B and Stefon Diggs' relationship. But what unfolded in that luxurious penthouse suite turned into one of the most explosive confrontations the internet would ever witness. A night that started sweet and ended in chaos. Cardi had just finished rehearsing for a surprise performance when Stefon arrived unexpectedly. He carried that same nervous smile that always gave him away when he had something heavy to say. He placed his phone face down on the counter, hugged her tightly, and whispered, "We need to talk." At first, Cardi thought it was just about the tabloids again, the rumors about exes, the gossip blogs, the constant media pressure. But the tone in his voice was different this time, lower, hesitant, and filled with guilt. "Bardi. I need to tell you something before you hear it from someone else," Stefon said, his eyes unable to meet hers. She looked at him curiously, sipping her drink, her nails tapping against the glass. "What is it now, Stef? Don't tell me another blog trying to start drama again." But he didn't answer. That silence was the moment everything shifted. The confession that shattered the room. When he finally spoke, Stefon confessed something he had been hiding for months. He admitted to having an emotional connection with a woman from his past, not physical, but deep enough that it made Cardi feel betrayed. "I swear, nothing happened physically," he said. "But I was talking to her, too much. It wasn't right. I messed up." Cardi froze. For a few seconds, she didn't say a word. Her eyes widened, her lips trembled, and then, as if every emotion she'd been holding in burst at once, she screamed. "Are you serious, Stefon? After everything we built?" Her voice echoed through the entire penthouse. The sound was raw, anger, heartbreak, and disbelief rolled into one. She threw her hands in the air, pacing back and forth, unable to process how the man she had defended, praised, and loved could do something so reckless. "You let me look stupid out here, defending you on live, telling the world you were different from my past, and this is what you do?" Stefon tried to explain, stepping closer, but Cardi pushed him back. "Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me right now." Tears streamed down her face, smudging her mascara, but she didn't care. She was furious, not just because of the messages, but because she had trusted him completely. When love turns into fire. For the next hour, the two argued in circles. Cardi's voice cracked as she shouted her pain. "I gave you loyalty, Stef. I gave you my whole heart, and you gave your attention to somebody else. You think just talking don't hurt? You think that don't break me?" Stefon stood there, speechless, realizing the weight of what he'd done. He tried to tell her it wasn't about the other woman, that it was confusion, stress, loneliness during training camp, but Cardi wasn't hearing any of it. "You don't accidentally talk to someone from your past every day," she snapped. "You choose to." Her words hit him like daggers. He took off his chain, placed it on the table, and said softly, "You mean everything to me. I'll do whatever it takes to fix this." But Cardi was too broken to respond. Her screams turned into sobs. Her anger melted into silence, that painful kind of quiet that says more than words ever could. The internet catches fire. By morning, whispers of their fight had leaked online. A neighbor reportedly heard shouting, and soon, fans flooded social media with speculation. Hashtags like #CardiandStef and #DiggsConfession began trending worldwide. Some fans sided with Cardi, posting comments like, "She don't deserve this. After everything she's done for him." Others defended Stefon, saying, "At least he was honest. That takes courage." But deep down, everyone knew, something sacred had cracked between them. A moment of reflection. Later that week, Cardi posted a cryptic message on her Instagram story. "Don't play with someone who was ready to give you forever." She didn't tag him. She didn't say a name. But everyone knew who it was about. Meanwhile, Stefan went completely silent on social media. No tweets. No stories. Just one picture of a football field with the caption, "Focus." Insiders close to the couple revealed that Stefan had been trying to make amends privately, sending flowers, letters, even flying to New York to see her face to face. But Cardi had made it clear she needed space. Behind closed doors. In the days that followed, Cardi spent more time with her kids, focusing on family and music. Sources said she poured her emotions into new unreleased tracks, songs about betrayal, strength, and rediscovering self-worth. As for Stefan, he was seen training harder than ever, reportedly channeling his guilt into his performance. "He's been quiet, focused, and hurting," a teammate said. "You can see it in his eyes." The unfinished chapter. Weeks passed, and although Cardi's anger had faded, the wound remained. She still loved him, that was undeniable. But trust, once broken, isn't easy to rebuild. The world watched closely, wondering if the two would ever reconcile. Would Cardi forgive him? Would Stefan prove himself worthy again? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain, that night of confession would forever mark a turning point in their story. A night when love clashed with truth, when silence broke into screams, and when the world realized that even the strongest couples can fall apart, when secrets come to light. Title: Cardi B screams with rage after Stefan Diggs' shocking confession. It was supposed to be a quiet night, candles lit, soft Randy B humming in the background, and Cardi B in her silk robe, waiting for Stefan Diggs to come home. The past few weeks had been a whirlwind of love and luxury, private jets, matching diamond chains, and late-night laughter that made the world forget its chaos. To everyone online, they were that couple, unstoppable, passionate, and deeply in love. But beneath the sparkle and filters, something heavy was brewing. The storm before the confession. Stefan had been distant lately. His messages were shorter. His calls came later. Even when he was with Cardi, she could feel his eyes drifting elsewhere, not physically, but emotionally. "Why do you keep looking like something's bothering you?" she asked one night, her voice soft but suspicious. Stefan brushed it off with his usual charm, kissing her forehead. "Just tired, baby. Football, meetings, pressure, you know how it is." But Cardi wasn't one to ignore her intuition. That Bronx fire inside her always told her when something wasn't right. And this time, it was screaming louder than ever. The confession. When Stefan walked through the door that night, his expression said it all. No words yet, but his guilt was written in the slump of his shoulders and the heaviness in his step. Cardi turned down the music, her heart pounding. "What's going on?" she demanded. Stefan hesitated. "We need to talk." Those 4 words hit her like a knife. "Talk about what?" she asked, her tone sharp. He sighed deeply. "I need to be honest with you. Something happened." Cardi froze. "Something what?" He looked away. "I ran into someone from my past. It wasn't supposed to mean anything, but I didn't tell you. I should have told you, but I didn't." Cardi's voice cracked with disbelief. "You what?" He swallowed hard. She reached out a few times. "I didn't. I didn't cross that line, but I let the messages happen. I didn't stop it." The room went silent. Then, like a match striking gasoline, Cardi exploded. Cardi's fury unleashed. "You let another woman text you," she screamed, throwing her glass against the marble wall, shards scattering like her trust. Stefan tried to explain, but Cardi's rage drowned out his voice. "After everything I did for you? After I defended you online, after I told people you were different? You out here entertaining your past like I'm some side chick?" Her tears mixed with fury, raw, painful, unfiltered. Stefan reached for her hand. "Cardi, please. It wasn't like that. Don't touch me," she yelled, stepping back. "Do you even know how that feels? To give someone your whole heart and find out they've been halfway in with somebody else. Her voice cracked again, softer this time but filled with heartbreak. I thought you were my peace. The shattered silence. Stefan's eyes glistened. You are my peace. I made a mistake. I didn't cheat, but I lied by not telling you. I was scared. I didn't want to lose you. Cardi shook her head. You lost me the moment you thought she deserved a reply. The silence that followed was suffocating. Even the flickering candles seemed to dim under the weight of her anger. Stefan dropped to his knees. I'll do anything to fix this. Don't walk away from me, Cardi. She looked at him, the same man who once made her laugh so hard she couldn't breathe, the same man who promised forever. But tonight, he was just another heartbreaker. Social media erupts. Within hours, fans noticed Cardi's cryptic Instagram stories. Never thought he'd be the one to play me. Energy don't lie. Some lessons hurt worse when it's love involved. The internet exploded with speculation. Was this the end of Cardi and Diggs? Paparazzi caught Cardi leaving their shared mansion with her assistant, eyes swollen from crying. Stefan stayed behind, pacing the driveway, looking lost, as if his world had just crumbled. The aftermath. Days passed. Cardi remained silent, while Stefan made no public statement. Friends close to her claimed she was heartbroken but strong, focusing on her kids and her music. Meanwhile, Stefan reportedly sent her dozens of messages, flowers, and handwritten letters begging for forgiveness. But Cardi wasn't ready to listen, not yet. Late one night, she tweeted. Once a woman screams out in pain, she never forgets what caused it. It was clear, that scream wasn't just anger. It was betrayal, disappointment, and the sound of a love she wasn't sure could ever be the same again. To be continued. Rumors now swirl that Stefan plans a grand public apology, possibly on stage, or even during a live interview. But whether Cardi will ever take him back remains a mystery. Because sometimes, love doesn't end with silence. Sometimes, it ends with a scream.
짜릿한 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼 하늘을 날며 어느새 제주 바다가 도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가